Jujutsu Kaisen is one of those stories that grabs your attention with its amazing characters and keeps you hooked with how everything unfolds. It's packed with incredible fights and a power system that's not just cool, but also super unique. When you think about the strongest in this world, two names instantly come to mind: Sukuna, the King of Curses, and Gojo Satoru. These two were on top for the longest time, showing us what true power looks like in ways that constantly blew our minds. But here's the twist. By the end of the series, both Gojo and Sukuna are gone. Yep, they're officially dead. With them out of the picture, it left everyone wondering, who's the strongest now? There are a lot of options, and it's pretty exciting to think about who could take that spot. The epilogue of Jujutsu Kaisen gives us a sneak peek into the future, 2080 to be exact. By this time, the world has changed a lot. It's obvious that someone new has risen to the top, but who? If you're betting, the two biggest names that stand out are YUTA and Yuji. Both have been through so much, growing stronger with each challenge, and it feels like one of them could easily carry the title of the strongest moving forward. It's funny and a little sad to think that the world of JJK keeps moving on, even without the two legends who redefined power. But at the same time, it's exciting to imagine how this new era will unfold. Anyway, before we begin, please press the like button and please subscribe to my channel and turn on all post notifications so you don't miss any daily uploads. Now, let's begin. Yuta and Yuji are two of the strongest characters in JJK, no doubt about that. But let's be real, Yuji is the main character, so naturally he's the one we're following the most. From the start, Yuji was built different. Even before he ate Sukuna's finger, he had insane strength for someone his age. Remember how Fushiguro, a trained sorcerer, struggled to keep up with him at the beginning? That says a lot. Then, after consuming Sukuna's finger, Yuji just kept getting stronger. Gojo trained him, Todo helped him improve, and Yuji didn't waste a single opportunity to grow. He learned how to use cursed energy and even came up with his own techniques, like Divergent Fist. He also mastered Black Flash, a move so unpredictable it's almost impossible to rely on. Yet Yuji made it a signature part of his fights. But here's the thing, while Yuji was definitely strong, he wasn't exactly a prodigy. Unlike other characters, he didn't have an innate technique or flashy abilities like Reverse Cursed technique. Compared to the crazy, overpowered techniques we saw from others, Yuji's straightforward fighting style seemed, well, plain. It's funny and a little sad, honestly. Yuji's fights didn't always feel as exciting as those of other characters with insane powers, which sometimes made him seem kind of ordinary in a world full of extraordinary people, but maybe that's what makes him so relatable. He's not perfect, but he keeps pushing forward anyway. Yuji's fighting style might not have been the flashiest, but calling him weak by the end of Jujutsu Kaisen wouldn't be fair. In the Shinjuku Showdown arc, Yuji finally unlocked his true potential. He fought Sukuna and even managed to keep up, which was a huge deal. By this point, he had mastered techniques like Reverse Cursed Energy. On top of that, Yuji hit Sukuna with a devastating Black Flash and awakened the Shrine Cursed technique, which gave him incredible abilities. With the powers of Cleave and Dismantle, Yuji essentially gained Sukuna's techniques. But the story didn't stop there. The author threw in a massive twist. Through Uraume, it was revealed that Yuji shares a blood connection with Sukuna. And because Sukuna lived inside Yuji for so long, Yuji inherited some of the King of Curses potential. This means in theory, Yuji could be just as strong as Sukuna if he reaches his full power. Still, Yuji wasn't quite as creative or strategic as Sukuna, and even at the series end, he wasn't close to matching him in raw power or genius. But Yuji's growth hinted that, as an adult, he could become a sorcerer who has a real shot at being the strongest. Now, Yuta is a completely different story. He's not a straightforward fighter at all. He's full of surprises. Yuta's biggest advantage is Rika, the Queen of Curses. Rika has an insane amount of cursed energy, practically endless, and acts as Yuta's partner in battle. She can store weapons for him and even lets him use the Copy Curse technique. If Rika consumes a part of someone's body, Yuta can replicate their technique as long as the injury isn't healed. Together, they're a terrifying duo. YUTA also has an extremely powerful domain expansion called Authentic Mutual Love. YUTA's domain expansion is a game changer. It lets him use all the curse techniques he's copied without any limits. Inside the domain, he can grab a random sword and whatever technique that sword carries can be used over and over. The crazy part? Any of these techniques can become the sure hit effect of his domain, making it insanely overpowered. On top of that, YUTA has some impressive bloodlines. He's connected to Gojo through Michizane no Sugawara, meaning they share a level of untapped potential. There's also some talk about his link to the Fujiwara clan, but not much is known about that yet. What's clear is that YUTA has tools even Gojo didn't, giving him the potential to stand shoulder to shoulder with the strongest in history. By the end of Jujutsu Kaisen, YUTA was already a beast. If things had played out differently, he might have been able to take down Sukuna. Plus, YUTA's brief time in Gojo's body likely boosted his skills even more. Watching how Gojo fought and using that knowledge, that's a cheat code in itself. As for the future, both YUTA and Yuji were destined to reach their peaks. By 2080, YUTA had become the head of the Gojo clan, solidifying his spot as one of the strongest sorcerers alive. Yuji's story remains more of a mystery, but his role in the war proved he was no joke. If he unlocked his full potential, he could have become the next Sukuna, a true monster in his own right. But when it comes down to it, YUTA had a slight edge. His versatility, thanks to Rika and his massive arsenal of techniques, made him nearly unbeatable. By the end, YUTA likely stood as the strongest, with Yuji right behind him, ready to take his own place in history, and not necessarily in the way the loser wanted to make it seem. With everything he brings to the table, YUTA stands out as one of the most unpredictable and dangerous fighters in the series. While Yuji's path is inspiring, YUTA's versatility and sheer firepower make him a completely different kind of threat.